Good morning, Just Right class. I hope you had a wonderful week. And I wanted to give you a couple updates. First of all, this is going to be our last session together because on the 11th and 12th of May, we're going to have a hero parade. And I am going to be available at the parade on Tuesday. So that's the day that I'm going. So if you want to see me live, come to the parade on Tuesday, which I believe starts at 10:30 to noon. And Mrs. Wahlberg's going to be sending you an email about the details. So I hope to see you then. And then let's go ahead and talk about our lesson for this week. This is my most exciting session because it's taking one of your stories that you wrote in your journal and turning it into like a published book. Okay, so I want you to open up your books to page 132. And this is all about editing and publishing one of your stories. Okay, so on the first page, we're talking about selecting one of your stories. So go ahead and look through your journal and find the section that you like the best. So you think it's the best story that you've written in your journal all year long. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to revise the content. That means you're going to read through it and make sure it makes sense. Okay? Because sometimes we might say a sentence that doesn't really make sense, so we can revise that or change it to make sense. On page 133, there's a list of a content checklist, okay? And I want you to go through each one of those 10 questions, it's here, and ask yourself those questions related to your story. So does your story have a clear topic? Does the sequence of your story make sense? If there's maybe one part that should go earlier in the story, you can go ahead and switch that around. Number 3, have you included at least 2 or 3 interesting details about your characters? That's a good question. And you're going to keep going and asking yourself all 10 of those questions. And if you want to make changes to make your story more interesting, add more details, you can go ahead and do that at the time that you're working on this workbook. Okay? Then on page 134, you're going to go ahead and just answer all of those questions. They're really great questions. And then on page 135, you're going to move into editing. Now, editing, you might need some help from your parents on this. You're going to read through your story again and make sure that you're including punctuation, which is you're going to end each sentence with a period, exclamation point, or question mark. Okay? You're also going to make sure that the first letter of each sentence is capitalized, and then important words are capitalized, like names of people, names of places, months of the year, things like that. Okay? And you can ask them, your parents, a little bit more about that. And I really would like you to go through this editing checklist on page 135. Okay? That helps you just remember what to look for when you're editing. All right, and if you flip to the next page, 136, it's really important to have a wonderful title to your story. So once you're done reviewing the content and editing, you are going to choose an exciting title. So let's do a little sample. Let's say your story is about a day at the beach. So you wouldn't want to pick a title like The Beach. It's a little boring, right? So you could do something like